Hi, I'm the Space Quest Historian, and welcome back to, we're almost there, episode 6 of Phantasmagoria. Again, with my good friend, Natalie Uhess. I'm still waiting for confirmation if that was...
I'm not giving it to you, because it's so close.
So close.
But,
I will accept close.
Yes.
And famous person, Richard Cobbett.
No, it's pronounced Uhas. I changed it between videos.
Oh, damn it. I'll just call you Richard and Natalie. How about that? Anyway, we're going to get into Phantasmagoria episode 6. We've just witnessed a bunch of murders. Now, by this point, you would think Adrienne would have some sort of get the fuck out reaction to whatever is happening. Chapter 6 does not open with a FMV sequence like in the full screen FMV sequence, so we can actually read the text this time.
And not hear anything.
And not hear anything. Now that is not your sync video or anything. That is the game just being very quiet.
And now you can hear the lipstick being used.
And we didn't get enough of this, like when we were exploring the bedroom or bathroom for the first time. Bedroom, whatever. So we're just gonna.
Why did you put that in the sink, Adrienne?
That's a good question.
Oh, the caption was correct.
Yeah, 920.
And why is there just like a little wormy snake lying with a little ribbon?
I'm so glad I woke up early for the nothing that I have to do today.
This whole house makes no sense. Like, the door frames in the same hallway don't match.
Yeah. Don, there's a dead tarantula crawling on your head. Also,
it's your hair.
Did he do the teenage thing where he wakes up with a bad hangover, just continues drinking? As if that's gonna help.
No, I think he was looking at it like, what did I do?
Oh, okay.
They're sort of told that you'd want the hair of the dog, not like all the hair of all the dog.
The dogs, yeah.
This man murdered several poodles to grow that.
Let's leave.
Baby, we don't need this house no more.
Don, the house is fine. It's you specifically who are the problem. Therefore, clearly, we should leave.
Yeah, this is again a horror trope that was just shoved in.
I've just cleaned the drains!
Wait, what are we gonna do with all this drain cleaner? We can't use drain cleaner when we're living in our car, Adrienne.
Confirmation!
Yes,
Don,
but
why were you wearing a collar?
This is too small for you. Oh, you were wearing it on your... I see. Yes. That's the cheapest cock ring I've ever seen.
Don, do you have Prince Albert in a very small can?
I don't care about the damn phone.
Oh, the phone again.
Oh.
This game is very
phone?
good. Yeah, that's another question I have. Where is the phone? Because he's just like,
it's
messing around
on that table there.
Yeah.
And it is there later, but I don't know where it is now.
It's in his
This
toolbox.
is my lunch.
This game gets very easily distracted. We've got the whole drain cleaner
And
fiasco.
Adrienne
We've got the phones.
I'm going to burn myself to death.
Oh, the cat is still... It must be crispy by now. I've left it overnight.
And can I just point out that is the best fire effects that MS Paint has ever produced.
It is. Is that rotoscope fire? I have a feeling they must have put one of the junior artists down and just said, okay, now draw over this fire. But that's totally boring. Yes, that's why you're doing it.
Yeah, you knew it was gone. You saw him
My
drink
booze!
She just put her hand like she was expecting it to sort of ghostly appear or something. So that thing that Don was drinking must have been the bottle I was checking every day.
Given how often she's gone for the absinthe, I'm starting to wonder if the problem is Don's.
Yeah.
Exactly, like we just cut away from the bit where she just takes a huge swig of it. Now at this point,
she'll have to start on the Dom Perignon.
The fortune-telling machine was just playing Carmen de Burana all over again. Is evil truly here? Oh, because Mike got in here.
There's
And the
the
phone
phone.
appeared. I'll just
found
appear
your
into
phone.
frame.
I'll get out of here as soon as I can.
It was behind this tapestry.
Yeah. Awfully close to
Normally
this.
I bring pizza, but today your fantasy is for the phone guy? The phone guy is here!
So let me guess, he fixes the phone? Oh, the plot is ridiculous.
No, you don't have to say nothing. I just don't want to get
I like that you don't find your salvation. Walk to the nearest man.
Yes, well... I would still put my money on Cyrus, but... I just do like the fact that, you here to fix the phone because my husband's kind of abusive?
And there's ghosts everywhere, and then the bed tried to grab my ass. you know.
Snot told me it was possessed.
There are tramps living in my fucking barn. Which
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'd want the phone because surely as soon as you pick it up, it's just going to be Satan.
Harriet.
Hello, hell speaking.
I see you caught.
Curtis Craig here. I've called the prequel.
We're leaving. We're getting the hell
Slam the
out of
phone.
here.
Fuck that.
But I thought you needed a job and a place
Look
to
how
stay.
torn up she is about these two leaving.
Yeah, and even Harriet,
didn't want
who's
to say
seen some
anything,
shit
but,
apparently, she's
now
just
that you're
going,
here.
no, fuck that. We've had one day of weird shit happening to us. We're fucking out. Why are you still here?
Well, he threatened.
Since
gotta
I
say, though,
since I
her
vomited up
jumper
that
looks a little
skull,
cleaner.
I'm just not comfortable.
Oh, she's got a rash too. Why does she keep doing that with her head?
Yeah.
And I believe
There's less poop on her shirt today.
Look at this, guys. There's something real bad.
Also, the audio
I
is
looked at his
stuttering.
eyes, and his eyes are cold, and his love is old. Where did you go so wrong?
It sounded tremendously like you were saying his ass is cold. Like he was
You had any sense, young lady?
yeah.
he was sleeping with a draft on and didn't put the covers over. And
If you had any sense, you'd leave too. But of course, you did hire us to be your maids, so yeah, that
After
ship
we
kind of
said we wanted
sailed.
to do it.
You don't want to leave, do you?
Oh, look at this tasty badger I've got here. You can skin it for
Are
me.
you tying up, Cyrus?
Well. See, Mom said that when you die, we can move into the house, and I could paint poop on the walls,
And I can
and,
skin
and
you.
it'll be really
for dinner.
fun.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go to the basement.
Because that's the most
Feeling
sensitive thing.
lonely.
Oh god, flashbacks. And now, the ghostly scene that we forgot to include in the previous chapter.
Blue apples.
This wine sure is tasty. Oh god.
Most likely, what's it called? They went, it doesn't quite fit on the city. Move it to the next day.
Yeah. And also, this is a person who we've already seen the death scene of.
Hortensia's wine. It definitely has body.
Well,
Yes.
that's not Hortensia, but yeah.
Nice texture. Good,
Do you
That was a
remember
very
this?
delayed scare. He's like, I'm not sure what that.
Yeah!
And then she runs over and leans against it. No, she didn't even do that.
It's opposite. Which one is this in the wine barrels?
I think it's
No, so she's not in the wine barrels, but it's the wife that he put the lush
The
that
wine
he
glass
put the
through
wine glass
the
through
eye.
her eye.
Oh right, I thought he put one of them into the barrels, and it was okay.
yeah, that's what I thought. But later on,
it's been-
I think that's what it's supposed to signify, but it's more like a vision of just looking at the face again.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I played this game, and you know.
no, but I'm confused as well because I thought that she that Carno
It's not a
stuck
very
the
focused
wife
game.
in. Yeah, exactly. But later you walk over to the wine crushing thing, and she's floating around in that too. So
Okay, so that makes sense, but like that was like the way that it
Can
swirled
I
and it was just her face.
can I just interrupt? So, I would
Yeah.
not use this machine.
No.
This has spikes are coming into your eyes written
Especially when it
all
looks
over
at her
it.
eyes like
yes.
that.
I was just expecting like a big fucking flame to just pop out of it. Hey, it's Just Mantel.
Oh yeah. Our hero.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a most
If you have
spectacular
epilepsy, you are dead now.
Yes. I was playing this late at night with the the lights off and the frame rate
Here
is,
in the world is Jaime Lipschitz, and I will make you care.
Does this game actually have an epilepsy warning? I don't think it does.
No, it does not. This is before we recognized epilepsy as a terrible affliction.
No, we would do
hey,
that in the late 80s. I
Come
mean,
to
every
life.
console game had a whole thing like, do not play for more than 15 minutes in a session and so on.
Yeah. But no, Phantasmagoria does not give a fuck about your epilepsy.
You are about to see the greatest show on earth, if you like murder.
Yeah,
Like
why did they record
sabotage.
this specific one?
Why?
I've got to get back to the Old West, Carno.
No.
He even has a finger on her ear, did you see that? He's got a thing with
Yeah.
ears. And Dopey
got a
McDope
thing
face is
Fire
on the side.
hazard!
Yeah. He's got a thing with ears and heads.
Yeah, he likes
Ladies
to
and
grab
gentlemen,
heads.
welcome to my one trick!
Let's not
I mean,
show
like,
the
we'll
Greatest,
talk about later about his
shortest
obsession
show
with heads.
on earth!
But considering his particular obsession with heads, it's weird that he seems to like their ears.
Yeah. Well, the ear is the most central part of the head.
Maybe that's what the choppy blade was meant for. Like, it cuts off the ear, and then he can kind of keep it as a souvenir. And the murder thing was just all a terrible mistake.
Like, in one of the drawers that Adrienne did not check, there's just a little jewelry box with a bunch of ears in it. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever noticed that Kano's just put his hat on, like his top hat on his groin.
Because he has a massive boner at this point.
I kind of think he looks a bit like Evil Q in this scene.
Oh yeah.
Yes, kind of, yeah.
With a giant top hat boner.
Admit it. We're going to have this argument in front of the audience.
Now, did Gaston get dressed down from his last thing? Because he was in a tuxedo last time.
Yeah.
Maybe they only had the one tuxedo.
But as a stagehand, you're supposed to move quickly when you're setting heads on fire. So.
And again, this is kind of a weird thing to do if you're actually doing it for real.
Yes, because that hood is not going to protect you from squat. Also, your eyes would melt off your head if you stuck that much fire on your head. This is...
And maybe it melts onto his face, and that's the origin of the masked magician.
Boom! I just set fire to a puppet.
I'm totally not bothered by this.
I mean, I've read about stuntmen who do, fire stunts for a living. First of all, you can't see shit when you're on fire.
Well, and also they do it with gels and things, like not a balaclava. And now we have the surprising origin of Ghost Rider.
I mean, this
why
shot...
is it turning? See, this is what I don't get. If it's an escape act, why the bullshit? What is the trick?
And also, that did not his head did not get lopped off. Which also...
And also, she didn't gasp.
Yeah.
She just looked up and they put a gasp effect on.
and also, since they never actually sort of tested the blade, the odds are it's just going to be rubber anyway, since,
So it just went...
Boing!
And also, what's it called? Marie took a screw out. She didn't put a screw in.
Yeah.
You'd think it would be easier for him to get out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
or for the blade to suddenly fall.
Well, it's not that difficult. I mean, if you've got, like the whole point is he's all tied into a chair, just tie him in tighter. It's like, what's he gonna do? Sorry, audience. The trick won't work now.
But again, plot hole, because we saw the blade come down on his head. His head is fine, although burnt to shit. Yeah, boing, exactly. And later on, we see him crawling around with his book.
Surely last minute he just went...
Yeah. You know what? I might just duck. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to duck.
I'm Mr. Punch, enjoying my cameo. Why don't you come and see me every Saturday in a better game?
And now I find the fucking photograph.
Oh, yeah.
It made that turning the page noise from Gabriel.
The other side might be more interesting there, Adrienne. The other side has some stuff on it, like a photo. Well done.
97. So this happened.
That's the first known picture of a young Les Manley.
Yeah, this is probably that boy's high school photo.
That helmet next to him.
That's a weird yearbook photo, I have to say. Okay, we should stare at this photo.
To put that photograph as well.
It's a huge fucking photograph, and she just sticks that in her pocket.
She's like, I can't see it, Adrienne. I think you need glasses.
Well, just spelunking around the,
Meanwhile, in another corner of the largest house in the world.
Oh, there it was. Time for this morning's breakfast.
It's empty anyway. He finished it.
Or maybe just cut out just an entire wine cellar just full of absinthe.
Oh, fuck it. Let's go to town. And
People
we could.
And by go to town, I mean drive in the opposite direction and never look back.
Yes, we could theoretically just fuck off and escape because it's pretty clear what's going on.
Hello, I'm Adrienne. We haven't met.
They just could have put a variable in if they wanted to change which scene. Be like, oh, you've already met her.
Excuse me.
I did almost for a second think that, I walk in the door and Adrienne's just sort of looking around. It's like, oh, maybe she's not here in this chapter. Oh, you're asking about that house you've asked me the previous 3 days. Yes. What news can I tell you? It's haunted. It is fucking haunted.
That would have been around.
Did we see the prostitute scene with the realtor?
There was talk of turning it into.
No, I think
No,
I
I
may
don't think
have
so.
missed that.
Publicity was added, but
We've missed out on the
because of a
bubbles
rash of
popping.
injuries and bizarre events, it never
God
came
damn
about.
it.
There is a very weird scene with the realtor and a local prostitute where he says, "I love to see them bubbles pop."
What? There are so many
I
scenes
don't
that you
even know
can
what
miss.
that means.
Never seemed to
You can miss so many scenes in this game. And I do believe
I
we
also
had...
want to know how Nipper Womsett is big enough to have a prostitute. I presume there's literally one prostitute.
It's her.
Yeah.
It's the antiques dealer. She just puts on a different wig and off she fucks.
Well, like
We
the
don't
mother,
know
like the
for
mother's
sure
a
that she's a
harvester.
prostitute, but considering who she's with,
Maybe it turns out that the realtor's just a very tortured soul, and like sort of deep down, he's actually sort of just full of caring, and he helps out at the soup kitchen, and he donates money to orphans.
who knows? Maybe it's even his wife, and they're just a very loving couple even after all these years.
Or they role play. He role plays as a sleazy realtor, and she role plays as a sleazy realtor's wife.
I understand you're
That
interested
is
in old
that is
cameos.
fantastic. From a gameplay standpoint,
Phantasmagoria.
Phantasmagoria. From a gameplay standpoint, we picked this little broochie thing up in the chest, up in the 180-degree
A
room.
cameo.
Yes, a cameo, which I thought meant something else, but hashtag second language.
A cameo is a specific thing rather than a brooch. So.
Okay, well, you can't hand this thing off to the antiques dealer, even though it is obviously ancient and probably worth something, unless you have examined it and found out that it has this little pin that sticks out. And then you go,
Great.
that might be interesting. Oh my god, I have super hot glue on my hand. And now we have acquired a holy item for reasons that we are not entirely sure of, because no one has told us we need one yet. And if you
Smash
don't
the duck.
pick it
I
up,
mean,
the game helpfully provides you with one later on anyway.
Yeah, that's the more interesting part of.
Yeah, sadly I kind of fucked this path up, so when I actually beat the game, I'm using the what should
easy
we call
one.
it? The easy one, yes.
I mean, it's really that. Then it's not that much easier. It's just,
It was a little out of the way, but sure.
yeah.
I mean, given what you have to do to win, I mean, really, you could do it on basically any day of the game. You know, I
You
mean,
just can't get down there.
I mean, it's not that complicated. If you given that Adrienne like takes down half the walls of the house anyway, I think she could probably manage.
Also, she has a hammer and a poker, and to the game's credit,
Please,
you
And
don't
can.
let
Cyrus.
me in to see Malcolm.
And Cyrus, yes, we keep
important.
forgetting about the hideous man-child with the huge muscles who can skin persons alive. But to the game's credit, it actually lets you try and use these weapony things later on.
Oh yeah.
But nope, can't do
But
it.
sadly, not on the realtor.
Not on the real, no,
Yeah.
or on this
Malcolm,
person.
up to you now.
Thank you, Frau Blucher.
Yes, step into our sex dungeon. Now we shall have a lengthy exposition
She
scene.
is here, Malcolm.
She's here, Malcolm.
Oh Jesus!
Sorry.
No, I was. Reaction was at her because, I mean,
As you
it's-
can see, Malcolm has had his whole life ruined by what happened at the Cardiff estate, except for all the crap he's bought.
yeah, the nice
That is a
fireplace.
really
in the
old
house.
style wheelchair as well.
Yeah, that is some J. St. Gideon wheelchair action going on there.
It was the 3rd of November, the day I'll always remember.
Sorry, I can't quite hear you when you speak like this.
Voice creakier than
Yes.
buttocks creaking in chair. I auditioned for Professor X. They said I didn't have the gravitas.
Go closer, Adrienne. Go closer.
And, regrettably, this is the giant exposition scene.
So you're forced to listen to this for quite
Every
some time.
word of it.
Yes.
And really, the only thing you need out of this is possessed.
Yeah, that's basically
You
the whole
know
scene.
what you've already basically worked out. I am here to confirm it for you in 5 hours or less. Ha!
Oh, wait.
Only joking about the less.
He does give. He's actually the person who tells you you need a holy item, and you also need some other. You
The
need the
Stone
book.
of Harabi.
Yes.
It is a very generic demon. any holy item will do. The cross would be fine. I don't believe it's Jewish. However, you might want to have a Star of David just to be on the safe side. I don't know what those other heathens would use.
Maybe a menorah?
Maybe go onto the eBay and order a job lot.
And
Meanwhile, in the Big Black Book of Fun Dark Magic,
we're just recapping shit. This time we blocked out Adrienne.
and Slimer.
Oh, just let out a big, huge green fart. This seemed to serve the slow motion.
I'm almost Ray Wise.
Now I'm serious.
This is the first time you've seen my face. Hello.
Yes. At least clearly enough. And that was actually the ritual room that he keeps in his base. Spoiler. Ritual
He
room.
cursed me to look like an elderly peanut.
I look a bit
I'm
like
42 years old.
God, he does look a little bit like Gargamel.
Yeah, he does look.
I am Gargamel. What am I saying?
You were the flower of my eye.
Stop touching my fucking ear!
You turned out to be a weed.
Did he touch your ear? You're pregnant now.
Even he's sitting there going, what the fuck's my next line?
We spent a lot on these death sequences. We're going to play them all again.
And here's the kicker. They show a flashback of this scene, which is so hard, or so easy to miss, really. It's so hard to trigger. You know, so the game is basically telling you, did you see this scene? How about this scene? Maybe not this scene.
Terrible deeds.
Oh, terrible.
It's all... The pretense here is that Carno himself has really anything to do with what's going on, when really it's all the demon, and Carno was just an unwilling puppet. A little like
And
that
he's a
nice
shit-
Mr. Punch he has down in his little theatre.
Yep, she took that screw out. Would have been even easier to get out of
Yeah, he
it.
could have just toppled the fucking thing. And also, if he knows about their affair, he's just basically going, confess, woman. And the stagehand is just off to the side looking very nervous with this huge torch and going, you know what, I'm gonna let this dude set me on fire. I still have no
I'm
real
going to
reason to not trust
deglove
him.
myself.
Okay, so can anyone recap what Farty McGeriatric face here is actually saying?
So Carter is actually in a coma somehow.
He's got pizza on his
There's
face.
no scratches on his head.
And then he
Malcolm
wakes
liked to
up. Then he
watch.
wakes up in a sanitarium.
Then he
He's still
decides
robust
to
enough.
rest on.
He's robust enough to drag a grown person, into a hallway and kill him with his bare hands, even though he's been burnt to shit.
Tortured and mutilated.
Very nice.
Oh, mummy!
Leave it
Oh,
in.
Marie, yes.
No, mummy. The wrappings and stuff.
Then
I was going somewhere specific with that.
Well,
I see
he
that.
makes a more convincing mummy than The Rock.
But Carno, I know how to escape from this because it's a trick that I helped you perform 1,000 times.
No, this time I'm actually locking the restraints in. Do you like my new pizza look?
You know, Carno, I could just duck and the blade would go over my head.
I'm not as tall as you after all.
And also the chair looks really flimsy.
I'll never forget.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
I suppose he is a props master.
Oh, what a hideous fate to be Carno.
His final heroic act.
All this
so-
raspberry
Phantom
jam.
of the
There it
Opera.
goes. What happened to his face?
My horror.
Raspberry jam. He got in the
To
pantry.
my horror, he broke wind very violently.
And in slow motion
They
as
do
well.
say you let go of your bowels when you
To
die.
call it
Luckily, I decided to go back to its spooky book and bother nobody else for a while.
where it was going.
Yeah, why didn't it just possess the kid?
Know it too.
Because the kid has no murderous intentions or
My
whatever?
only thought was running
he's an
away,
innocent?
but I hesitated when I saw.
Are we still here? This has been like 4 hours, hasn't it?
I thought of running away from the ectoplasmic thing, but I decided no, I'm going to see how this one plays out.
Rushed back to the hidden passages.
How is he
To
still
steal
was
some
already in.
absinthe.
There's
You're
a,
already in them.
I mean, Richard, you already brought up that this game has a very poor understanding of horror tropes and what makes horror work. It also has a very poor understanding of human anatomy. If you get gored through the heart, you're not going to be crawling any fucking where.
For the last time.
I mean, maybe being having the demon in you gave him a little bit of extra life, but that's a bit too much.
Oh, it is way too late for the cross, dude.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
way
doing the
too
same
late.
because now he's sweet Carno,
This is mine now.
and he's
That's
just
why I like to refer to
Don't open
Vanilla
it.
Carno as Zoltan.
yeah. That's a very much nicer name, really. And this kid is
And
just
I
not
put it
handling
here.
that box. I mean, there's a demon inside the box, dude. You might want to
I'm
handle
gonna put a
it.
Bible on
You
it.
can just see
Yeah.
from the actor that he is traumatized for life.
Somehow
Oh yeah, I'll just weigh it down with a book. The demon that I have just seen able to go through floors.
Yeah, what is so special about this wooden box anyway?
forever.
But the Bible's special.
Is it the Bible? Because the first page is just a list of people that Carno has married, and I was just
Well,
imagining
well,
that going on for 5,000
That
pages.
looks that to me
You
looked
know,
like a
it's the
plot
Bible.
mistake. It's clearly meant to be a Bible, but then you open it and kind of you've got.
Yeah, the family
Not in
tree.
his tomb?
Well, most
that is
family
Gaston
Bibles do
He
have
was
a
so
page or
mutilated
two that talk about
They all thought
the family
he was
history.
Carno. Said
Oh,
My
the
way
God,
it's put
woman,
out
you're
is a bit
still
weird.
talking. I am literally dying of old age in front of you.
Demon.
Guess what?
I
He's
have
possessed. I'm
to. I
dying
have to
now.
go and have a
Bye.
sniper battle with Solid Snake.
with you.
Incidentally, what he's talking about now is an interesting little turn of events. Is that Carno was obviously buried, but it's not really Carno in the tomb. It was the
It's
person
Gaston.
Gaston, the person that he murdered despite being burnt all to shit.
No one
because
dies last
Like Gaston, no get stabbed like Gaston. Nobody
No
sets
one's
an
head
evil
is on
magician on
fire
fire
like
like Gaston.
And what he says is
The
that
only
the body
answer
was so
is
badly
the
mutilated,
accursed
Gaston's
book.
body was so badly mutilated that no one could tell the
Really,
difference.
really.
Bullshit!
Still had hair.
He just looked like he had some raspberry jam smeared in his face. He was fine.
He still had hair.
Yeah, that too.
To the other side.
Carno did not have hair no more.
And if you've been in a bad burned accident, you would
You
notice that
have
people
seen
usually
the
don't
book.
retain their hair after that. So,
And also, since Carno got burned,
I thought
there's
Yeah.
a fairly easy way of faking that on any other corpse.
Woman, you're the only one who can do this.
so he
You are
basically-
the chosen
the
one,
only
Adrian.
one.
Soul is
So wait a minute, Richard, are you suggesting that young boy Tad here,
I'm not sure what I
after
can do
taking
or
care
what
of all
can be
the
done for
shit
him.
with the demon and the book and everything, just went back to Gaston's
you
body,
can somehow
lit it on fire,
close
and
to
then
the demon.
passed that off as Carno's body?
Here's what you
Well,
can
I'm saying,
do.
given how casually he was sort of carrying the box full of Satan,
Young
I wouldn't entirely put it past him. And also, you look at some of the stuff he has kind of in the background of just his house.
Stone of Hammurabi.
I would be
Yeah,
slowly
the stone of
backing away.
Hammurabi. You just have that around, right?
The Stone of Hammurabi, it's over there with the dagger of Amun-Ra.
And the poultry of McGuffin.
book.
And we're gonna
I'm
cut
bored
here
now!
and just
I love
brush
that
up
he
on your
also
Latin.
says you're the only one who can do this.
Yeah.
Adrian, you can leave. You can leave it as it is.
Yeah,
Just
you can
leave.
leave
I mean,
at
like,
any point.
The world is not going to be any great danger if
Ow!
this incredibly crappy demon, is allowed to continue doing the basically nothing that it's doing.
Which is because in most ghost movies and such, you can't leave your house because the ghost will just follow you and haunt you forever.
Or lock
and
the
such.
door, or even lock the doors or the windows or something.
Yeah, this has been clearly established as a possession by a demon. The demon has no real interest in Adrienne other than tearing her head off, so she is free to
And
leave.
touching her ear.
And touching her ear. First the ear touching, then the ripping of head.
In fairness, he does get to second base a couple of times.
Yes, that's about
A
it.
dial tone.
I can also call for help now,
Mike?
although not really.
Mike,
That
Mike,
took him a
could
lot
you,
of time just at this one phone box.
Mike, could you reinforce the line because I have a feeling that at some point someone's going to cut it, and I'd like to make that harder for them if that's at all possible.
If you could bury it, that would be good. If you could-
In fact, have you got a mobile?
He's possessed, though.
Yes, I mean this is 1996, I believe. Mobile phones were a thing. They were large and chunky, of course, but
96? Isn't this 1994?
was it 4?
No, I think it's a
5.
bit later than that. 5 or 6.
Yeah, 5. It's
sure
it's
will,
5.
thanks.
I'm sure it's 5.
It's 5, yeah.
So
Yeah, Shivers comes out 3
Gabriel
months
was,
after.
Gabriel was 2006, I think. Sorry,
Yeah.
96.
that's true. That's true. Also, she sends. I mean, the person, Mike here, By the way, he's a complete pushover, as we'll see.
Oh, I love this scene.
We are now
I
introduced
love
to...
you, Don.
This is
This is
scary,
where
Don.
Don comes to
Call an
shine.
ambulance!
I wonder what the director was
I'm
telling him
coming
in
for you,
this scene.
Batman! I'm coming for you!
And I just imagine David Hume going, I've got to go write poetry right now.
The laughing jackass.
Yes, I giggled
By
like
Dawn.
a madman. No, seriously, what was the
Giggled like a
director?
goblin.
I mean, if you're in a scene, you're just going, all right, Don, we need it snappy, we need it fast, we need it energetic. Now do a laugh, do an evil laugh. Yeah, that's perfect. Let's go with that.
Enough, Batman!
So anyway, we've got one more episode to go, but we also have a bonus episode because, the game was so frightening and so intense that some countries didn't want to stock this game. Can you imagine? So we're going to finish the game in the next episode, but then we have just one more episode for you lovely people where we discuss all the censorship issues that arose from this game. And you can even put the game in censored mode, so that episode will consist mainly of me playing all the scary scenes with a lot of pixels blocking everything. So have that to look forward to. Yeah, Richard is demonstrating as we speak. Until then, please like, subscribe, do whatever you kids do. Do leave us a comment. We do love the comments. And we will see you back for the exciting and hair-raising and fucking hair-pullingly frustrating finale of Phantasmagoria. Until then, we'll
Pray,
see.
it's only a pun.
Yes, until then, see you around the master storyteller.